back. Of course, the battery's freaking died on me. I had to go get some other ones. Try to milk whatever I can out of these batteries while I wait for the big shipment to come in. So, to be continued, Andy Pettitte, where I think it left off was the fact that I think the Yankees are primed to maybe win the whole thing this year. And Pineda's been looking good. Hokie Kuroda looking really good. Yankees got some arm. Whoa! Live filming, you gotta love it. Isn't this something? The light I had hanging from the ceiling, just pull off its hook. Live TV, you gotta love it, right? Fascinating. Like that. Unbelievable. I'm shooting down here in my dungeon basement, as you can see. And it's nighttime, so I need a little extra lighting. And now I'm wasting precious time with this thing, trying to get the light back up. That's just great. Alright. Hopefully you can see me. What can you do? Alright, I've got my LED light here. There we go. What can I tell you? So I think the Yankees are primed to maybe win the whole thing this year, and I think Andy realizes that. Maybe he just didn't, maybe his arm needed a rest. Maybe he just needed time with the family, you know. I've heard from people sometimes, you know, spending a lot of time with your family is great. I love it with mine, but sometimes when you haven't done it in a while and then you're doing it a lot, you realize, maybe I don't need to spend so much time with my family. So I'm just speaking for Andy, not for me. Andy, I love you. I'm kidding because I love, you know, but we've heard stories. Not about you. But but in all seriousness, he can still pitch. A lot of people thought they knew he could still pitch. He was pitching well when he retired, and now the time is right. I think it's, you know, it worked kind of well for Roger. They're coming in the middle of the season, so his arm was fresh, and you know, whoever the fifth man is in the Yankee rotation will obviously probably be odd man out when Andy comes in, and when Andy comes in, he'll suddenly be probably the number 2, number 3 pitcher, and they'll have to juggle things around. But, I mean, I hope, frankly, that he's still number 4. I would love it if CC and Pineda and Hokie Kuroda were pitching so well that Andy was only the 4th best pitcher in that rotation. And I'm sure I'm forgetting something. And, of course, we don't know what's happening with Phil Hughes, and we don't know what's happening with Garcia, of course. Who knows how much longer he's going to be. But he pitched reasonably well, but although he doesn't miss too many bats, as they say. So I'm I'm psyched and stoked. My wife is, too. Like I said, I expected this to happen in 2010, / 2011, excuse me. I really thought he was going to come back last year mid-season, a la Roger Clemens. I thought they were going to pull Susan Waldman out to say, oh my goodness gracious. Now, of course, the cat's out of the bag, so that moment's not going to happen the way it was announced at Yankee Stadium with Roger. But I'm excited. I thought the Yankees were primed. I thought 2 years ago they were going to repeat in 2010. I expected them to win 105 games and A.J. Burnett to go 15-10. Of course, he went 10-15 instead. 10-game swing was all the difference. The Yankees would have won the division, and that doesn't mean they would have won the World Series, but the path would have been a little different. But anyway, AJ's in Pittsburgh, and we hope he recovers from his eye injury. Frankly, I'm just glad it happened when he was wearing a different uniform. You know, I mean, it's almost like some of the cursed players the Yankees have had before, you know, come to mind. And one of them was pitching in Minnesota now, I believe. So, going to wrap this up. Very happy that Andy Pettitte's come back. Again, I actually thought it was going to happen last year, but it's going to happen sometime this year. And I really do like the Yankees' chances to certainly win the division. Anything can happen in baseball, and I think they're adding the extra round of playoffs this year, too. So you really want to win the division and finish with the best record, because otherwise you could really get screwed and end up having more games on the road in the first round of the playoffs than at home, even though you won your division. So a little more of a race for the Yankees, too. And they are trying to stick to that 189 million. The year after this, in 2014, So that for hard caps, so you don't get socked with a $50 million luxury tax. So Andy may fit into that nicely, may or may not. He may not be here in 2 years, but for this year, great move. Cashman once again is showing that he really is a great general manager. He can do it even without spending a lot of money. It's nice to have the checkbook, but he picked up some bargains last year, and the Yankees went pretty far with some bargain pitchers in the rotation. And Andy, I don't know what they signed him for, but with a minor league contract, it sure wasn't a ton of money, and I don't know how it'll work when he comes back up. But prorated, hey. So that's it. I'm probably going on and on a little bit, but I am very excited. My wife is beside herself, so happy, and we know Joey Salvia on ESPN Radio, New York, who has sung odes to Andy, is probably besides himself as well. Now with all this March Madness stuff, I'm not sure when he's going to be back on to talk about this, but Joey, I feel your excitement too. I'm with you, man. I'm with you, and with that, I'm going to wrap this one up. Been meaning to upload more live stuff the last few days. Been a problem with working around my family. My wife doesn't want my son on camera, of course, and so I got to work around that. But do have Mike the music guy. He does have a couple of more music videos, parody type musical goofs in the works, and I think the next one is really going to blow you away. I think that at least 2 out of the next 3, if not all 3 of them, are really going to be exciting, and I'm looking forward to that. And going to go in some different directions. Mike the Sports Guy, of course, will be back as well. Dusted this sucker off. Haven't worn this in a while. This goes back. Let me tell you, this goes back. I think the first time I wore this hat, I think Reggie Jackson was playing for the Yankees, I think in '81. I forget whether I bought this hat in late '70s or early '80s, but Reggie was still a Yankee, an active Yankee when I got this hat. So anyway, as a tribute to Andy, being a Texas guy, I figured it was the perfect time to dust this off, although not completely, and bring it out. So again, I'm tending to ramble a little bit. I'm just happy to be back on camera, and very excited about Andy coming back to New York. So keep eyes out, Mike's Organic Videos. I'm going to be uploading a lot more content, and I will try and stay on top of the sports scene, not just New York, although that's my home stomping ground, but things are happening elsewhere too. Didn't really get to comment on Mike D'Antoni because I only got a little bit recorded when the batteries went out, but we'll save that for another time. Till next time, this is Mike the Sports Guy saying keep watching Mike's Organic Videos. Like, share, forward. Please subscribe, and feel free to comment or reply as well. Video replies are certainly welcome as well. Till next time, this is Mike the Sports Guy. You have a good one.